Hi everyone. We are continuing on round 0 with lesson number 2, and today we're going to talk about how this class works. So we're going to be combining kind of two different things in this class. The first thing is called Room to Breathe. This is an approach that myself and my teaching partner, Tara Vandertoorn, we created this approach to language arts where you get to design your own English language arts projects. You will read, listen, and view, and you will write, speak, and represent. And those of you who have had me previously for a teacher will have experienced Room to Breathe before. This year, we're going to be layering in something called the Modern Classroom Project. And this is an experiment this year, but I think it's going to work really well because what it does is it combines video learning with self-pacing, which lets you work towards mastery. So I think it's going to fit in really well with Room to Breathe because Room to Breathe is all about self-pacing and self-designed learning. And so the Modern Classroom Project is going to bring that self-pacing, but also introduce some video learning into the mix. So why are we doing this? So the challenge of teaching. So when I teach the whole class at once, it kind of assumes that one size fits all, because it assumes that everyone's kind of at the same place. But that's not true, is it? Because some learners already understand stuff, so it's way too easy. Some learners are behind and they're lost. And what if you're absent? So if you're absent, you're missing stuff and trying to get caught up. One size does not fit all in teaching. So for my approach, I'm going to meet every learner's needs by using videos. With those videos, you can learn anytime, anywhere. So if you are absent one day, you could absolutely pull the video up on YouTube on your phone or on Google Classroom and watch the video and do the lesson. I'm going to let you set the pace and let you decide how quickly or how slowly you need to work in order to have the time you need to learn the content. I'm also going to let you choose the texts and topics. So you're going to make learning interesting to you by choosing what kinds of things you're going to be learning about and what sorts of texts like books or videos or podcasts you're going to use to learn. And finally, I'm going to focus on mastery. Mastery means that you don't move on if you don't get it. So that is going to prevent you from having gaps in your learning. This is different from what you might have experienced in the past, but I think it's going to work. To learn a little bit more about the Modern Classroom Project, we're going to watch a video now.
Tell me if this has happened to you. You come to school one day, the teacher's at the board, and it's time for the lesson. Except you were homesick yesterday. So when the teacher starts talking, you're not sure what they're talking about. You're lost. Or maybe you learned this last year. So when the teacher explains what you already know, you're bored. Or maybe you're just having a bad day. It happens. The teacher's talking, but you can't focus. You're distracted. And meanwhile, the teacher's not sure what to do. The teacher is stressed. But what if your teacher steps down from the front of the room? If you are sick, you don't have to worry. Your teacher's lessons are on video, so you can pick up right where you left off. This isn't from YouTube, by the way. Your teacher made the video, and you're watching them explain. So you're not lost anymore. You're engaged. And if you already know the content, you can move ahead and do an extension activity. You can work on this with your classmates. Now you aren't bored anymore. You're challenged. And if you're having a bad day, the teacher has time to sit with you. They can ask what's wrong and help you feel better. You aren't distracted anymore. You feel supported. And by the way, your teacher realizes that they can meet your needs. And they can feel successful. We call this a modern classroom. Welcome! In a modern classroom, you'll notice 3 new things. First, your teacher is creating videos for you. You can watch these videos in class or at home. You can pause, rewind, rewatch, or skip ahead if you get it. These don't replace your teacher, they just clone your teacher so that they can support you individually. Next, you'll learn at your own pace. When you get things quickly, you move ahead quickly. When you need more time, you'll have the time you need. This means you'll learn as much as you can without being rushed or held back. Finally, you're really going to learn things. In fact, you'll master them. You won't move to lesson 2 until you really understand lesson 1. So when you learn something new, you're really going to learn it. After all, you're too capable for anything less than true understanding. So that's a modern classroom for you. Now what are you waiting for? Let's learn.
Sounds pretty good, hey? So how's it going to work? So when you come into the classroom, there's going to be a slide on the board with some instructions on it. And usually there will be something that I'm going to ask you to do right away when you come in. We'll call that a do now activity. All that information for the day's work is going to be on the board. And I will have also posted what materials you need for the day's learning. Usually that is going to be your Chromebook, headphones, binder, and pencil. On the wall in the classroom, we are going to have a progress tracker where you're going to keep track of where you are in the round. And what you're going to do is use that progress tracker to figure out where you left off last time and where you need to begin this time. Then you're going to go to Google Classroom to find the resources for the lesson that you're working on right now. And you're going to work on the lesson, complete the lesson, practice with practice and mastery tasks. If you finish that lesson, you can move right on to the next one. So what if you're behind? I'm going to let you know what lesson you should be on if you're on pace. That's kind of like where we typically expect most people to be. And I ask you to try your best to stay on pace. But there's lots of reasons why you might be behind, like if you are absent. So if you are absent, I don't want you to skip lessons. I want you to pick up right where you left off and keep going. And you can also access Google Classroom from home or on your phone if you are sick. So if you are sick and you're coughing and at home, we don't want your germs, but you can access Google Classroom from your phone or from your computer at home and stay caught up. If you're behind, or if you need a little extra support in achieving mastery, I will help you get caught up. One thing we're going to try this year is something called dynamic seating, where you'll move your seat if you need a little extra support. If you're on pace or if you're doing well, you'll get to choose your seat. So what does this mean, mastery? So I have kind of broken down our grade scale here from 1 to 10 in kind of 2 different chunks. So the green ones are showing that you've mastered the lesson. So that would be like a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, or 10 out of 10. And each of these shows that you've got it. You've understood the content. But what if you don't? So let's look at if you're getting 1 to 4 out of 10. You're not yet demonstrating the lesson objective. If that's the case, then that's where I'm going to be supporting you. I'm going to be helping you get caught up, helping you understand the lesson content. And then you get to try again. 5 or 6 out of 10 shows that you kind of got it. So you've got a basic demonstration of the lesson objective. And if that's true, then maybe just a little review would be required. So you can review the lesson content, you can rewatch the video, and retry and retake your mastery check. If you've got 7 or 8 out of 10, that's a good demonstration of the objectives. And in this case, there might be some options available to you called should do and aspire to do. In these different options, this lets you really challenge yourself. So everybody is going to do the must do stuff, but if you're doing well and you're getting it, you can try the should do tasks and you can try the aspire to do tasks. If you're doing 9 or 10 out of 10, you should definitely try the should do and the aspire to do tasks, because by doing those, that's going to really solidify your understanding of the content, and you're going to be showing really, really excellent understanding. With effort, everybody can achieve a good grade in this class. I hope, though, that you're focusing a little bit more on the learning than the grade. So what are the benefits to you? In this class, you can work closely with me. I'm not going to be standing at the front of the room talking to you. So we can talk one-on-one, we can work in small groups, we can conference, and I can give you feedback. You can learn anytime, anywhere. You can watch and rewatch my videos. You can collaborate with your classmates. Teamwork supports learning and working together. And you can make choices in your learning. You're driving the car, right? I'm here to support you and support your growth. And then finally, you can build your knowledge and confidence. I know it because you can do this. I know you can. So let's make this a great year.